Okay, so here we go. So, hey honey, I'm just going to do like a neutral palette and go through the steps. I think I'm gonna do like normally what people will do is they'll start with their eyebrows first, but doing a whole entire makeup job, I like to start with the foundation because then when I do the eyelid concealer, it sometimes gets on the eyebrows. So I don't know why people, I guess there's different ways to do it. I tried both ways. So anyway, the first thing, I have a mirror here because I can't see good with my without my glasses. So the first thing to do, number one, obviously, is to wash your face, dry it thoroughly, moisturize it, and then let the moisture seep in for like 5 to 10 minutes so it doesn't it absorbs into the skin, so that when you put the foundation on, it's not too wet, and it doesn't wind up staying on top of the moisturizer, kind of floating there. So I have my face is washed. I use a toner as well to decrease the size of the pores. Use a nice sunscreen moisturizer, which is always so important. And then for here, what I would do was I would take this brush here. This is from Sephora. I'm not sure exactly what number it is. Maybe the number is there. I'm not sure. But, and then I love this cover up. It's from NYX, NYX, and it's just so beautiful. It goes in so smoothly. It's great coverage, but not like cakey and yucky. And then there's a lot of different tones, so you definitely could find your tone. And I personally just, because it's very liquidy, sometimes you can do two things. You can put it on your hand here, but it's kind of liquidy, and then I think a lot of it gets wasted on the skin here because it starts absorbing. So just, I'm going to go in circles. Want to keep it light, because you can always go back. And it might look light on me, but remember, that's just the first time I'm putting it on. So, and also I got this during the winter time. So just from walking out in the sun, I am tanner now. So I should definitely be going to get a little bit of a darker color for my natural summer color. And just go for the neck. Make sure the neck is taken care of. Okay. And but see, I'm not going to make it perfect because this is kind of like a demonstration. And of course, do the ears and the neck. Okay. Just one other way that I usually do this is I'll usually put like that. I like it because it's already on the skin, so there's no wasting it, and I get more out of it because it's right there on my skin, and I can take it right from where I poured it and distribute it this way. And like I can see that there's been the foundation seeped into my hand, and there's just so much you can pick up. So I just think that works for me. And I like to go even on my eyelids, even though I'm going to still put a concealer on my eyelids, something like a prep for the eyeshadow, so it doesn't wear off so much. So now this is what I use for my eyelids, and this is also e.l.f. Let me just put my glasses on for a second. So I put on a thin layer of the Total Control Drop Foundation by NYX. Yeah. Put that away. I don't need that anymore. And then I have the concealer. It's called Toner Camo Concealer. 16-hour camo concealer by NYX. And this, you only need a tiny, tiny bit. It is really concentrated. It has beautiful coverage, and you just need a little dot here and there. That's it. And it has so much coverage that you can't even use it under your eyes. You look like a raccoon. And so I just dot it around like that, and then I kind of make gentle little circles. Very gentle with it so that it doesn't get pushed into the inside of the brush. It stays on the outside, so I'm not wasting product. And the same thing here. I'll just kind of distribute it, a little patting, and then I'll do gentle circles. And if I also do it in the corner. Anywhere I think I'm going to put eyeshadow, whether it's dark or light or going to be something with highlighting. You could also put a little bit just under your eye, because sometimes you might want to closing my eye, but I'm kind of holding it down. You might want to put some eyeshadow under the eye as well. You know, if you want like a smoky look, or there's funny faces we make. So there we go. Now another option, you don't have to do it, but another option that I learned is that so that the eyeshadow goes on smoother, you can use a little bit of powder, and this not too much, but just enough so that the eyeliner doesn't kind of get caught, you know, on the concealer, because the concealer can be a little tacky. So this is just Revlon Color Stay, and just a regular powder, pressed powder. There's a whatever this little thing that comes with it, but I don't use that. I just would go back and just take like a little bigger brush, just tap it, and just kind of lightly go over the concealer that I put on. Just like, I don't want to do too much powder, because then, you know, if you do too much, then it can, I think it can kind of mix with the pigment of the eyeshadow and kind of tone it down a little bit. If you want really like a nice rich pigment, you want to keep it that color. Okay, so now there's a little trick that I use. It depends what style you want. If you want a very smoked out smoked out wing here for the eyeshadow, then you may want to use this. You want a nice tight crisp line. You can, oh god, sorry, my dog just like threw up. Oh, gross. Cassidy. You can take right from here, not too underneath the corner of the eyelid, because you do want to have, especially if you want to make your eyes look bigger, you do want to have eyeshadow or whatever product you want to put under your eyes. So I just put it like maybe a 1/16 of an inch, you know, and I'm going to angle it as close to, so I can still get, well no, here, because then you have to fool around with it. Also, the older you are, the